Now we can go to YouTube. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, started. That's a little late, but it's still there. Um, anyway, you can go to YouTube and look on the screen, and you'll see my screen. You can see the strength of other people's signals versus yours, and you can also see hear stations you might not otherwise hear. You can go there by putting K4PEW into the search block on YouTube, or go to 146.415.net for information on Simplex, or you can get on the email list or see our scheduling for the group, for the e-group nets. That's on groups.io. Put a search block MJSS for Mount Juliet Simplex Society. Or you can send me an email, k4pew@arrl.net. Net normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. Tonight we do the net on 146.415. We'll be following that with 144.240, and I'll be following that with where am I going? Oh yeah, over to 6 meters on 50.135, and then on to 223.415. Purpose of net is to support and train ham radio operators. Have fun doing it. Hopefully we help each other get better, and we get better by the more we get on the air. We also help all other people who might be monitoring and see how well their stations work, but they don't check in. I don't know. I can't tell you how many people don't listen, but I can certainly tell you how many people check in. I just don't even know how many people who are in our group who don't check in, but they're listening. So who knows how many people are out there? Hundreds, if not thousands. Does anybody have any announcements? I have a couple. Oh yeah, I have a couple. We've got the Sunday night 10-meter net, which is tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. That's on 28.415 for the 10-meter net. It's the mid-10 phone net, which is, like I said, 28.415, 7:30 p.m. Wonderfully managed and net controlled by, or out of control, by Michael KM4YRF. Also have the Santa net coming up December 24th, and that's on this frequency, as well as it'll be on 446, not this frequency, it'll be on 146.415, and also be on 446.415, hopefully 146.415, as well as YouTube, as well as on Facebook Live of some sort. I don't have a link for that yet, but we'll be letting you know about that. Let's see what else. Also, well, I told you the nets tonight, then Santa net coming up, the 10-meter net. Is there anything I'm missing? All right, we're in net number 958, and we're starting from the south, but we'll be taking check-ins from mobile and mobile, short on time, stationary, or mobile. And first-time check-ins, please come now. I hope the people on the other that were on 415, Mike, go see if somebody's on 415.
I've been monitoring, haven't heard anything yet, but my ears aren't as good as Mike.
No, I heard him on just before the net started, because I called for his frequency and you. So I don't know if you heard that.
I could not hear that starting.
Okay. All righty. He said no, the frequency's in use. In other words, I said, can you move? He said no. So I said, okay.
He's closer to Paul and Jack, I think, because I couldn't hear him either.
Okay, let's see. We got any other people want to check in from short on time, first time check-ins, or mobile? Okay, willful interference, please stop. You were over on 415 and I moved from 415, so please go back there. This is K4PEW, short on time, mobile, or short timer. All right, we'll start taking check-ins from the south then. Please come now. Either we had a double or somebody with a really raunchy signal. Say again, please. Just, I don't know how we're going to decide, but one person go. Still got the bad signals. I don't know if that's interference or it's just doubling or what. Again, please.
It's Larry.
Is that KE4SYV?
Yeah.
Okay, very good, Larry. Appreciate you checking in. We got you in on a relay. Anybody else south? All righty. Anybody else south or east? Going to be a short net. South, east, or north?
KM4HQ.
All right. Very good. We got Stan in there. You did realize you got checked into the DMR, no, D-Star net, right?
Roger.
Very good. I assume you survived the storm, did you, Stan?
Yeah, no damage here, Paul. How about there?
Nah, not unless you call rain damage. That's all we had was rain, nothing else. No big deal. All right, that was Stan. He's in Lebanon. KM4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Who else is east?
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael.
Paul, I just talked to my ham friend Ryan, that's a Metro Police officer that's on duty tonight. He's going to be riding around over there, see if he can find the source of that commentary.
Ah, very good. That'd be nice. I'm going to check you in too. I take it from the east.
Yes, please.
Very good. All right, sounds good. That was KM4YRF. He's here in Mount Juliet. Who else is east? Well, in this case, south or east? South, east, or north? Looking for check-ins from south, east, or north. Please come in. Check-ins from south, east, or north. Please come in. And we'll move over to the west. Please come now.
KG4 ILV.
Victor Echo.
All right, I got two in there. I got Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor and Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. We're going to take Jack first. How's it going, Jack?
It's going pretty good, Paul.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I think they said I saw total of 6 dead in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, they were saying 3 dead in Madison.
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know how many. I'm sure we don't know the totals, but I know it was a mess when you see anybody dead. It's awful.
Yeah, severe case of cranial-rectal inversion.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Anything else for that, Jack?
No, that's all. I'll see you on the next one, Paul. KG4 ILV.
Yeah, very good. That was Jack and Donaldson, Kilo Golf for India Lima Victor. Who am I looking for? Oh, yeah, Greg, what's up?
Not much. We talked this afternoon in tractor storms.
Oh, yeah, that was all good. Yeah, there's some pretty good stuff out there tracking storms on the web.
Yeah, I like that. And I tuned into that YouTube thing that Ryan Hall. That was good.
Yeah, I was surprised. I hadn't seen that before.
Better than the ham net.
Yeah, no, it was great. Did anybody see the thumbnail I put up for the web tonight?
I did not. But we should QS live back to our original before we're done.
Yeah, we ought to. I'm sure this side's going to be short. Anybody else east? Well, that was, by the way, it was Greg Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo in Antioch. Who else is east or north? All righty, and west. So we already got 2. We did west. Everybody in the west.
KO4 OTV.
Very good. You have any new news for us about your mess up there, Joel?
No, I didn't even. I was looking everywhere for y'all a minute ago. I didn't even know y'all were on this frequency. I went to YouTube, but no, we're still without power. I'm still running generators. Probably will be for, I don't know, 3 to 5 days.
Yeah, we had to move because it was somebody else that wouldn't relinquish frequency.
They did what now?
Wouldn't relinquish the frequency.
I've never heard that before. I didn't know. That's very bizarre. Do you know who they were?
No, no ID. And no ID and no idea.
I thought if you ran a net, I don't, if it's through the ARRL at a certain time that you won the frequency.
No, that's not true. It isn't true. It's technically you. If I was on the air and somebody says I've got a net coming up here in 2 minutes, would you relinquish the frequency? If I refuse to do it for whatever reason, unless it's an emergency, the other party has to move because I'm already there. Whoever there is there technically should. But again, the gentlemanly thing to do is if you don't have an emergency, you just give it up. It's not a big deal. There's lots of frequencies.
Man, you got that right, boy. That's kind of messed up. Yeah, but that's unfortunate. But anyway, I'm guessing is this net already over?
It's getting there. We're already on West and covered all this. Not everybody knows we're here because I had to move in the last minute at 8 o'clock.
Oh man, that's crazy. Well, okay then. I guess y'all are going to upper sideband and then the 6, correct?
Well, I'm going to try to go back to 146, 415 before when this little segment is done.
Do that.
Okay, roger that. I'll see y'all over there. KO4 OTV.
Yeah, very good. That was Joel, Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor up in west of Joelton. Anybody else around the clock here? North, south, east, or west?
KC4TNQ.
Very good, Charles. You found us.
Oh yeah, I came right on up. I was listening the whole time. Got on my ass at the same time.
Oh, I got you. Well, some people don't check in immediately. I mean, they don't turn on that frequency immediately because if they know what this rotation of the compass is, if they're on the other end of the compass, like, I'll check in at 10 or 15 after.
Yeah, I replied to the email. I hope it went to everybody, but I put a reply out to that. We was on 146, 430, but I never did see it come up on mine, so I don't know what happened. But I like the part where you said no idea and no idea.
Oh, that's right. No, I don't. Someday we'll find out. Anyway, anything else for the net there, Charles?
Nope. Joel, if you can hang around a minute until he goes back to 415 or something, I'd like to get with you one-on-one there, over. Oh, yeah, roger that. Okay, that's it. KC14.
Very good. That was Charles. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango, November, Quebec, in West Nashville. Good signal tonight, though, too. You're really strong tonight. Stronger than average, so that storm moving through must have cleaned up the airwaves. Who else is any place, anywhere? Please come in. KE4TWI West. What's up? There might have been 2 in there, but how you doing, Wes?
Hey, I'm good. I'm on mobile right now. I'm north of Lebanon. I had to go do a chore, but we look not as strong as usual, but that makes sense. KE4TWI.
Yeah, very good. That's Wes in the north of Possum Town. Good signal. He's mobile, though. I'm not sure where you are right now, but anyway, it's Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere?
Okay.
I heard there's a couple in there, but let me grab Kilo Go 4 Mike India Zulu. Kevin, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Paul? Hey, I'm here. I found you. I didn't know. So I was kind of looking. Where are you? Where are you? I didn't know where you was. So I started spinning it out, see if I could find you. And well, there you are.
Oh, now I got to move again because you found us.
Daggone. Y'all was hiding from me. Well, sorry about that. So, can we do it again? I promise I won't search so hard.
Well, next time I'm picking a secret frequency.
A secret? There's secret ones too.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all in the repeater band.
Oh, okay. Oh, then, well, you'll sure lose me for then, I guess. Well, no, I've been frequenting the repeaters, so I might be able to find you quick.
Oh, yeah. No, it's just, you know the deal. There are no secret frequencies, fortunately.
That's right. All right, well, we're going next.
Well, I'm going to go back to 415 and see if anybody's still hanging out there just momentarily, and then we'll go over to that 144-240 upper sideband.
All righty, I'll meet you around that way. Y'all take care.
Yeah, very good. That was Kevin, Kilo Golf 4 Mike India Zulu. He's in Lebanon. Who else is any place anywhere?
KE4TYJ.
Hey, you sound good there, James. So,
Just checking into the net amongst thunderstorms.
yeah, you didn't get anything dramatic, did you?
Not yet, and crossing the fingers, we hope we don't.
Is there more coming from the east? I mean, from the west, I mean?
Well, I've been following the radar, and it looks like there's a long line just marching diagonally across Tennessee. So, I don't know. We should be, I don't know. I'm hoping we're out of the woods.
Yeah, I hope so. Anyway, I'm just glad. Sorry, can you imagine? I think they said there were 6 dead in Middle Tennessee so far.
Yeah, I know. I've been listening, and it's a shame. It really is. You know, usually we're not having tornadoes in December, but well, we can.
Well, you never can say never because some of the dumbest things happen in weather. Well, you know, it's all due to climate change. You know that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Of course, that doesn't explain the tornadoes that happened in the 1700s or the 1600s or the 1800s, so does it?
No, not at all. You're not supposed to know it. You're not supposed to know about any of that.
Yeah, very good. That was James. You got anything else, Dan, before we move on?
No, we're good. And I didn't hear who was on 415, but I know we had to move to 430. I heard that announcement. So yeah, very strange. You know, and you asked them nicely too. So I don't know. Get E4TYD.
Yeah, well, you know me. I'm always nice. That was Jimmy or James. Kilo Echo for Tango, Yankee, Juliet, and he is in Woodbury, Bury, Woodbury, not Woodbury, Woodbury. Who else is any place anywhere?
KG4CXE, Kristen Royal Hill.
Man, I thought we lost you, man.
No, I seen the signal. I came in from a Christmas thing with my girlfriend. I seen the signal. I was like, well, no one's on 4 and 5, but it looks like they're on 430. So
Yeah, that's what's nice about having a screen on the radio. Before you had to spin the dial, you know.
I know. What will we do without it?
I don't know. We'd probably be fine because we were fine before.
Yeah, but it's nice to know that there's something going on, because otherwise I would have just checked the other frequencies, you know, that we visit, and thought that, oh, there's no net.
Yeah, no, we would. I think we need to make this the alternate frequency just to be sure. I've thought about that before. We may have even once said what an alternate frequency in case this kind of thing happened. And I don't remember publishing it again. That might have been 9 years ago, for all I remember.
Yeah. So I guess there was some traffic on 4 and 5.
Yeah, you could say so. Just somebody wouldn't want to give up the frequency.
I got you.
Anyway, anything else on that there, Chris?
No, that's all I've got.
Very good. That was Chris. He was Christmas holiday joy today. And it's Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo in Rural Hill, south of me. Who else is any place anywhere?
WB0 and I found you.
Yeah, I was trying. It's like I told a couple of people. I was trying to avoid some of you guys.
Well, you're gonna have to try harder. You okay over there?
Oh yeah, the worst we had. I heard you check into the W4 EAO, and well, you lost power for a while. Whatever happened up in your neck of the woods, we had just a short blip of the power, and it came right back up.
Yeah, well, we were out for about an hour and 45 minutes, I guess. But it's all back now, and everything's good. So nothing happened over here. It was just dark and quiet. And I was shocked to not really, but to learn that my cellular data wasn't working either. I assume it's because it was so busy, everybody's trying to use it.
Oh, is that right? On your cell phone, you couldn't get anything out, huh?
No. If I sent a text message to my daughter, and it took it almost 10 minutes to go through.
Huh. Unless your local tower went down and the other towers were also busy. Maybe that was what it was. I don't know what your local tower would be, because I know it can pick several towers, can it?
Well, yeah. I'm not sure whether I actually go through a local tower here in Wilson County or whether I go across the lake to Andersonville. Of course, they got clobbered over there too. So, but anyway, everything's back working again now.
Yeah, I went to an event long in the 90s at the football stadium in Tampa. And it was, there was, I don't know, 50,000 people there, I guess. It was hard to get it. I remember it was in the 90s now, and that cell tower was packed, man. You couldn't make a phone call.
Yeah, I've experienced that multiple times, and usually when we have some kind of a city or area-wide emergency, of course, everybody wants to use their phone at the same time, and it's not built for that. But we've had a lot of first responders and places that wanted to just use cell phones, and they've all figured it out.
Yeah, I guess I hadn't thought about that. So they still stay with the radio stuff, don't they?
Yeah, you can't beat your own private network.
Well, either private network or that MERS or whichever. What's on the hospital one? Is it MERS? Yeah, MERS, the network for. I guess that's for hospital transport and stuff.
Yeah. Most of them are just, they just have repeaters and either P25 digital or some of them still analog. So anyway, it works good. I heard a lot of the county out talking, so they've been busy.
Yeah, that's why I got confused about when when I was in Florida, I heard that Alabama went to a huge subsidized D-Star network, all the way up and down the state for emergency communications. And I thought, well, you've locked out 85 or 90% of the hams.
Yeah, well, I think the problem is that so many guys or so many people were rebroadcasting over the internet local public safety agencies, and that's not a good thing. And they shouldn't have done it, but they did. And their fix for it was go digital and encrypt, and then they're done with it.
I guess. They sure make it confusing, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Even for somebody that was in the business.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, well, there's enough radio frequencies available, especially in commercial. Well, actually, we have more frequencies available that aren't being used than commercial does, I'm sure.
Well, there was a time about 15 years ago that you couldn't get a frequency of any kind. It was really tough. And then the FCC freed up a few more, and that helped some. And then I think a lot of the business frequencies that were in use have gone to other things.
Oh, I got you. Well, didn't they share some form of a repeater system in some areas that just had different, and the radios had to be set so they only received the one tone or something, a toning network, some kind with the received tone?
Well, virtually all commercial repeaters had a PL tone or a CTCSS tone. That was their way of limiting the access to the repeater or sharing the frequency with somebody that's on a different tone. Even though they'd interfere, if they were far enough apart, it usually didn't cause a problem. So everybody had CTCSS.
Oh, I got you. I wasn't sure how that all worked. I remember the first time I heard a guy was selling commercial radios, and I was listening to his spiel, and he goes, "Let me show you how." And he goes, "I'm going to call such and such in Orlando," which was on a trunk system, so I don't know what it was, but I said, "Oh, that's pretty cool." It's from inside our building. You call it trunk system, a system. I didn't know what it was. In Orlando, I thought that was pretty slick.
Yep, I'm sure it was linked somewhere. I used to do the communications for the Orlando Regional Medical Center, I think it was called. I had a customer that moved from here down there that called us in.
Oh yeah, ORMC, as they say in that area.
Yeah, it was a big hospital.
Oh, it's a monster over there. It's kind of like Vanderbilt is here, or any of the other big ones in any major metropolitan area. Anyway, anything else for the net, Mark? I'm glad you did fine, other than that power loss.
Nope, nothing else. I'm good.
Very good. That's Mark. He's in Northwest Wilson. His big problems seem pretty small compared to the injuries and the deaths and the destruction with the power loss. Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar. That's Mark in Northwest Wilson. Who else is any place anywhere?
You're going to skip west, aren't you?
No, I said west.
Did you really? I stepped out for 30 seconds. Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo.
Man, I already checked you in because you checked in right behind Jack. And you said, "I'll see you." You said, "Let's go back to 146-415.
That was minutes ago.
Listen, I think your PC in your head needs a reboot.
Yeah, I'm multitasking. You are correct.
Very good. All right. Anybody else wants to check in twice?
Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo.
Okay. Yeah, very good. You know, it's like I've heard said, my memory isn't what it used to be, and my memory isn't what it used to
KM4 YRF checking in for the second time.
be. All right, we're going to double up on them. Huh? Well, you do it by check marks now. Now I don't have to write anything down. No more check-ins. I'm moving back to 415 for a second to see if somebody's there. I want to see it. Somebody go there and look to see if somebody's there.
I see no signal.
Well, you may not be able to hear him. You might be able to, but Jack can hear him over there, and I can hear him here. Mike can't hear him. So he's only 2 miles east of me.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't. I've got a decent antenna, but I don't have elevation. That's crazy. I don't know what Mike's elevation is.
But oddly, the guy followed us over here after he told me that 415 was in use.
Hermitage area, I'm thinking.
Who?
Hermitage area, I'm thinking, is where the signal's coming. Kind of that direction.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not sure exactly where, but he just keeps transmitting, and we'll probably figure it out. Any other check-ins here before I'm going to move right over to 415 here if nobody answers? Not right now.
He loves all support, Charlie Victor Echo.
All righty. Anything new for the net in the last 38 seconds?
Now I'm done. I'll let it be.
All right, very good. We're going back to 415, 146, 415, and it's supposedly clear, so that's what I'm going. We'll be right there. Maybe nobody else is left there, but we'll give it a try. K4PW. QSYing, as they say in the vernacular, over to 415. Frequency in use?
I wouldn't even ask that.
Well, it's required by the courtesy of being on ham radio as a gentleman, which I sometimes qualify for. All right, well, anybody here from needing to check in the Mount Juliet Simplex radio? Please come in. Well, we lost them. We didn't get, interestingly, we didn't get anybody that I can see here other than Joel. I didn't hear anybody from the north at all, nobody in Gallatin or any of those other locations. So I'm sure that they have power issues or they're dealing with other things in their community. So no big thing. We'll move over to 144-240. If anybody's listening, 144-240. And if somebody wants to go back to 430 and tell them that there, we'll go from there.
You want to give me? Mike will do that.
Do we have another party in there?
This is Carlin up here in North.
I was volunteering Mike to do that.
Kick me in.
Ah, there you go, Carlin. I didn't hear you. How'd you survive the storm up there?
Actually, it just came away some lightning. It kind of split and went around here.
Well, you're very fortunate because you know the problems that they had west of you.
Oh yeah, west and down to Madison, three down there. Or not here. Wasn't any more. There was three over in that part of six so far. I don't know. I hated to hear that. So, I don't know. But anyway, we had just a little power dip out for about 3 seconds here, complete black, and they just popped back on. So it's been all right. A lot of people will probably may not have no power. I think there's how many thousands are down there in Davidson County without power right now.
Oh, I'm sure of that in North Davidson County, absolutely, because it streamed right through there, through the north part of it. It headed toward Hendersonville. But yeah, from what I heard, there was 23 injured over there in the Clarksville area. But I would guess that we don't know anything until tomorrow morning when they go through the whole, the first responders and the police. Everybody goes through that whole area to find out what happened everywhere. So I'm hoping there's no more serious problems.
I'm right with you. I hope there's no more fatalities. I think it was 2 adults and a child. I think it was I don't know what they just said it was a child. There's off the life over there, right before Christmas. That's just so sad. I don't know. And there's people down in Madison, down there. I don't know. I just hate to hear all that. Every time we get a storm or something, I always hope that it'll lose its power and stuff. It's traveling this way and just die out. Apparently this time that didn't happen.
No, this one stayed on the ground for a while, but I guess it wasn't a category. Well, obviously it wasn't a category 5. It would have been horrendous, but I'm guessing it was a category 2, 3, or 4, somewhere in that range.
I don't know there. Well, I I'm on the 742 right now, just still 51. So I thought that fire was the other radio there, split the switch, but I heard it getting ready to turn and run off. So I thought I'd see if you could get me down there.
All right, very good. I got you in there, Carlin. That was appreciate the information. That was Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. Anybody else here on the net tonight?
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
This was an unusually photogenic tornado for Middle Tennessee. Normally you can't see them. They're rain wrapped, or it happens at night. But this one you could really see.
Yeah, I know. I saw it on that video earlier tonight. That was incredible to watch.
Yeah, that's unusual. This is not a good place to storm chase because of that. But this one was photogenic.
Yeah, absolutely photogenic. Yeah, everybody loves it. They say, "Boy, it sure is pretty." And my wife says, "It ain't pretty. It's awful."
Pretty dangerous.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anybody else out there? All right. I messed up. I didn't start the the Facebook Live. So I'm going to go ahead and go live. But I'm live. Anybody wants to see me on Facebook Live, I'm there now, so everybody will be shocked. We're in the middle of a net. In case for those of you on Facebook, I'm in the middle of the net, and we just finished off kind of a bad net after a terrible storm, and we're moving over to 144 240 upper sideband K4P. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Unit on 144 240. Looking for check-ins from the wherever I was. South, please come next now. Nobody from the south. How about the east?
KM4YRF.
Very good. Anybody? Thanks, Mike. KM4YRF. Here, Mount Juliet. Who else is east?
KG4CXE.
All right, very good. I got you in there, Chris. Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. So far, everybody close in sounds great. Anybody else? Yeah, by the way, Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. Chris in Rural Hill. Who else is south or east?
Kilo Golf 4 might give you a good one.
Big signal there. Found us here as well. Good to have you there. Good to have you in there, Kevin.
Well, that's pretty in your phone.
Yeah, very good. You copying everybody else okay?
Yes, so far.
Yeah, we may have to go to sideband to keep off the intruders. All right, that was Kevin, Kilo Golf 4, Mike India Zulu. Who else is south or east? Southeast or north?
WB0
Yeah, Whiskey Bravo 0 November Oscar. Yeah, I actually got some training for somebody in the group who didn't realize you did have to give up a frequency if somebody said it was in use, regardless of the type of net you were doing, unless it was an emergency.
I didn't hear about that. I was missing.
Oh yeah, that was right at the start of the net. I asked if the frequency was used, and he goes, yes. And I said, you wouldn't care to move? He goes, no. Care to ID? No.
Oh, one of those. A boat hanger.
Well, I don't know what his deal is. I really don't. I feel bad that he has to behave that way, but I haven't really had that happen in this regard in a long, long time. Anyway, that was Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar. And he's in Northwest Wilson. Who else is south, east, or north? Southeast, north, or west? Very good. We've got Greg in there. He's in Antioch, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. I'm waiting for Jack.
KG4 ILD.
Are you locked and loaded, Jack?
I'm ready for him.
No, it's like I said, I feel bad for people who have to be entertained that way.
I've got a direct flow in front of the bat.
Now, as far as I know, you could, very well. I mean, if you wanted to interfere with somebody, you just do it driving around in your car. They'll never find you.
I think he's in Hermitage, Donaldson area.
Yeah, he's between you and me. I'm sure of that. I just don't know where. We'll figure it out, maybe. Anyway, anybody else in there? Please come down. That was Jack, by the way. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Anybody else?
KZ
Okay, all right, we got two in there, KC4, T, and Q. You said you got a good signal in there tonight there, Charles?
Roger, and you as well. And me and Joe had a good little chat there about somebody I work with. But anyway, y'all have a good evening, KC4, thank you.
Oh, man, you were doing something on the side when we were doing the net. That's unbelievable.
Well, at least I wouldn't have a senior moment, but sometimes I have those.
No, that's all right. That's what radio's for, and you don't have to schedule talking to somebody. You can just pick them up on the net. I understand. Anyway, that was Charles. He's in West Nashville, Kilo Charlie 4 Tango, November, Quebec. And who else did I hear? Was that Stan I heard in there?
Roger.
Ah, very good. Big signal from Stan, KM4 HQE. He's in Lebanon. Anybody else north, south, east, or west? Anybody, any place, anywhere, please come down. And again, for whatever, if you guys, any of you weren't listening, we had somebody on 415 FM, and he was actually talking to somebody on that frequency. He's never ID'd. Well, he did ID once to me when I asked him what his call was some days ago, and he said it was Whiskey 4 Tango Echo Sierra. I looked it up, and it's a call that's dead. You know, it's a lapsed call, lapsed license from the Carolinas, I think. So I doubt that was him. I think he just made up the call. But he refuses to ID other than that, and he refused to move from the frequency. So I was following normal ham protocol to move over to another frequency.
He was interrupting the Davidson County weather net when it was activated. So somebody's going to get the MCC on him.
Well, there's something definitely wrong with him, that he interferes with regular emergency or weather traffic or public service traffic. I mean, if interfering with us doesn't hurt anything other than he's just being a jerk. But, interfering with weather alerts or, traffic regarding ARES or whatever, that's, anything regarding emergency information. He's goofy as all get out,
Yeah, he started making false, exaggerated reports about damage and people hurt in the storm. But they, everybody just fell silent.
Boy, oh boy, here is something wrong with him, isn't
Well, we'll pray for him, but I'm also not a bat.
Yeah, I got you. Is it aluminum or wood? Is it aluminum or wood bed?
I like the good old wood.
Yeah, it doesn't make that dinging sound. It's more of a thud.
Yeah, I'm from Louisville. I want that Louisville slugger. I want that what is that, ash?
Did I ever tell you I hated Louisville Slugger?
Yeah, right in the main Indiana.
No, it doesn't matter. When I was a kid, we had a brand that apparently was a lesser known brand. I don't know how far they were distributed. It was Adirondack bats. Did you ever use one of those?
I think I did, but my team was really, really bad. I had the highest batting average on my team. The last year I was in Little League, I had a 596 batting average. He was a little bit of bat that I loved.
Yeah, well, we'll move on over to the 6 meters. But the only reason they moved to aluminum bats, from my understanding, is that it's A, easier to make big numbers, and B, it's cheaper for those not-for-profit things like schools in Little League, etc.
I was going to say, didn't colleges and first do it? I'm kind of, I don't know if it was a secret to pit the people who caught on with it.
I don't really know. I know colleges did it, but that's why I was told in a story I read a few years ago that a lot of kids who do well in college baseball, real well, they have difficulty adjusting to the wooden bat in the majors.
I mean, you got a line that grain up and all that. So what did they use, that rosin thing you're talking about?
No, they said adjustment. The bat just feels different. It swings different because of the weight issue. It's hard for them to get used to, apparently. If you've been doing that for 4, 6, or 8 years in the minors or down there in the college games, you're going to have an awkward time with a wooden bat.
What are they using? The aluminum?
Yeah, and like I said, in college they were using the aluminum, yeah, but not in the majors.
Yeah, it's different.
Anyway, let me get rolling here. We'll go over to 6 meters, K4P. All right, this is K4PW net control for 6 meters here on 50.135. Looking for check-ins from the south. Please come now. Nobody in the south is awake. From the east, please come now.
KM4, wow.
Very good. We got Michael, KM4YRF in Mount Juliet. Who else is east? Well, I had two, and I'm not sure why. Man, 6 meters must be dead to going too far out, because Chris, your signal dropped down into the dirt, and so did Kevin. Oh yeah, if you're not vertical, then it's going to be a problem anyway. But normally you're better than that. Yeah, no, it's normal. I guess we have weird conditions. Anyway, was that the? Did I hear James? Jim? I hear Kevin in there. Who was the second party you heard? Or was that Stan I heard in there? Very good. KM4HQE, that's Stan. Your signal's up pretty good. It's about the same level as Chris is down there in Rural Hill. It's just not big numbers. You're also horizontal on 6 meters too, aren't you, Stan? Oh, that's partly the difference then too. You're both horizontal, and well, actually, I'm horizontal. What am I saying? At 6 meters, I am horizontal. So I'm not sure why the big difference. Anyway, that was Stan in Lebanon. Is there anybody else out there east or north? Oh, there you are. I thought I heard you in there, Kevin. Did you check in a second ago? Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed part of the call, so I just presumed it was you. Anyway, you sound good there. I heard you're about the same level as Stan was, which is okay under the conditions because everybody seems kind of low tonight. Anyway, that was Kevin, Kilo Golf 4, Mike India Zulu in Lebanon. Who else is south, east, or north?
WB0 and over.
Yeah, you're big to me though. You're vertical though, aren't you though, Mark?
No, I'm horizontal.
Oh wow, I wouldn't have guessed that because you're just close enough, I get. But see, Chris is only about 5 miles south, but you're 5 miles north, and you have a big signal.
I don't know. I'm just using a multi-band off-center set dipole.
Yeah, you're doing fine. But it's just you must be perfect.
It works.
Very good. That's Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar. Who else is north or west? All right, I heard the Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo from the west. That would be, yeah, I'll get it right. That'd be Greg in Antioch. Who else? Who was the other? Was that Joel I heard it in?
Carlin.
Okay, very good. I got Joel in there, but I heard that one, but I didn't hear Carlin. But anyway, Joel, Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor. He is in west of Joelton there, west of Ashland City. And did I hear Carlin in there? All right, I did hear Jack in there. Did you say you heard Carlin in there, Michael?
That may have been Joel, but I thought it was Carlin.
Okay, very good. Well, we got you in there, Jack. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor, Jack and Donaldson, and Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Tango Victor Joel in at West Ashland City. Is there anybody else in there west? All right, very good. Got you in there, Charles. Is my signal big to you or small? Oh wow, because you're a little weak to me. Are you copying him the same way, Michael?
Yes, he's real weak to me.
Yeah, it's interesting. You are weak to both Michael and me, and we're only a couple miles apart here in Mount Juliet. Well, very good. That was Charles, Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec in East Nashville. Anybody else? Anybody else? Any place, anywhere? Please come now. All righty. That was a grand total of, hold on, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I believe that's 10 people in here on 6 meters, and we had about 9, I believe, on 144.240. And we're going to go over to 223.415. So we'll see you there. K4P. Okay, for PEW for the Mount Juliet 223 exclusive with a secret frequency net.
84 AEW.
Very good. We got Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. That'd be Carlin in the Bethpage, Angeltown. Who else besides myself and Carlin's in?
K4. Wow.
Very good. We got Michael in there from East, we'll call it East Mount Juliet. Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo 5. Who else out there? Very good. We got Stan, Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Is there somebody else that was in there? Very good. I got Jack in there, Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. And we have, he's checked in about 8 times tonight. That would be Greg, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. I'm going to have to put like a special mark on that one so I can remember to check it in multiple times every time. Who else is any place anywhere?
KC4GNQ on the covert frequency.
Well, it's a frequency that I'm pretty sure that Bonehead doesn't have.
Well, he may have it, but he may not be able to get to you.
Well, he may be, yeah, he may not have it. Who knows? But I mean, he was, I don't know if you heard Greg talking about that. He was interfering with the one of the Aries nets that was, I think, in Williamson County.
So he can make it that far, huh?
Apparently. Isn't that what you told me, Greg?
He was on the Davidson County Aries 45 weather net. I guess it's Aries club or whatever.
Oh, it was on the apparently on the AL4TZ repeater there in Nashville.
I'm sure he can get that. But I tell you what, man, the Williamson County people, they don't fool around.
Well, I hope nobody fools around because this kind of thing really should stop. It's silly stuff. You know? Nobody belongs on. It needs to go to or back to CB if he wants to act like an idiot.
Well, it's especially dangerous if he's interfering with Aries and that. Yeah, it was not good. He was giving bogus reports and whatnot, but they caught him.
But he also didn't ID, did he?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, well, it comes up periodically. But this is the first time I think. Well, besides that other guy that was interfering, and it seemed to be up in the Madison area.
Well, next time when you ask the frequency and you just say nothing heard and continue on.
That may be the way to handle it. Yeah.
Yeah, just ignore it, say nothing heard. I think you'll know whether it's him or somebody else.
Well, it's never happened before where, I went through that drill and somebody said no.
Yeah, it's like I say, we'll know it's him and just continue on. Maybe it's the same guy and he just upgraded to 8 watt propane.
Could be, but he also downgraded his voice. He's got a much more gravelly voice this time.
He likes to do different voices.
Maybe he's got a voice changer. Maybe it's Charles as he's devolved. Not this Charles, not TNQ. The other Charles. No. Anybody who can get on 223s with the good guys, I think.
Yeah, I was talking to Joe about a guy I work with. His son and family home got hit by that tornado tonight, but they were all okay.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, it's the luck of the draw. When we had that tornado come through my neighborhood and we had those two elderly 80-ish couple died in their beds and they didn't even know it was coming. So it's a real pity, but that's terrible when that kind of thing happens to anybody.
Yeah, the tornado was in a year ago. Tomorrow was in Cheetah Springs, and of course that's Cheatham County, and that it's been a year since that one, so all this happened a year apart.
Oh, I didn't remember that one in Cheatham County last year.
Yeah, it was in the Cheetah Springs area that hit the guy that I work with, and tonight it hit his son. But I'm not sure where they live. I don't know if they live in Cheetah County or Dixon County or what. So, but anyway, they all turned out okay. We was all okay
Oh yeah, well, yeah, well, the best laid plans of our anybody, the police, first responders, emergency people, you can't predict the weather, just like you can't predict climate change.
That's true. All right, well, I'll sit back and listen, y'all. I'll wait for some stories, so y'all have a good one. Casey Fortune.
Yeah, I just hope there aren't any more casualties involved. We'll find out later today or tomorrow morning. Anyway, I'm just glad that seemingly everybody we know survived, but I know obviously they didn't. And it's always sad to hear that because it seems like it's uncalled for, but we don't control the weather. We never will.
Well, you might not have had as many check-ins up around Gallatin because I bet a lot of the electricity was out.
Oh no, I don't know if you can miss. I said that. I'm guessing that they were busy worried about other things and or they didn't have power.
I was impressed with how many people made it over to the other frequency.
Yeah, I was too. We've got a group willing to do frequency diversity.
Yeah, we're flexible and dynamic. How many do we have on 2 meter phone?
14. And that's not that shabby considering we had recently been having, anywhere from 17 to 25.
Yeah, not bad at all. I was amazed that we had that many considered the storm and everything.
Yeah, no, I was too. I didn't think it would be a big deal tonight. Too many people checking in just due to the thing going on. We tend to forget that hams don't live alone. In fact, my wife was headed to work. She has to be at work at 5:30, and she was getting ready about 4:30. And I said, "Look, I see the storm coming." And I said, "Either you need to go early or show up late, one of the two, because I don't know if it's going to hit Nashville, while you're en route." Anyway, anything else for the net? Anybody? Can't believe we had 7 in here tonight, which is pretty decent for 220. Yeah, no, it's all good. I mean, I just numbers are indicative of things, but they're also indicative of bad weather, bad power, bad storms, bad, who knows. And we'll see. I mean, I couldn't believe it today. I actually warmed up some, and I felt odd, before the storm.
Yeah, I got downright balmy. We turned the AC on, and then when the front passed through, it dropped like 5 degrees in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised. I'm going to tell my war story about when we were camping up in the Adirondacks when I was a kid. I was probably, I don't know, 10 or 11 or 12, and my dad and I went out fishing in the lake, and it was, out in the middle of this lake, and a fairly large lake. It wasn't Lake Erie or Lake Ontario, but it's a fairly large lake. Especially when you're rowing, we rowed. We didn't. Motorboats weren't permitted on this lake, and we didn't have a motor anyway, so it didn't make any difference. But we got out there and we see the weather so much. We could see a front moving in from the north, which coming out of Canada. And the wind picked up, and as we rowed back to the shore, we're rowing like crazy to get back to the shore, and it started raining, and it started hailing, and we got to the shore and pulled the rowboat up and tied it up, and because we had a campsite right on the water, and we got back to our tent because we were we had like an army type tent. And then we had a canvas tarp that was strung up with some poles and supports. It started to hail, and it hailed like I've never seen it hail personally ever. We had about an inch of hail on the ground when it was all done and over. It collapsed our tarp. There was a couple inches of hail in the bottom of the boat, and there was in the forest, where it's all very dense forest up there. There was the hail stayed. It was cold. Oh, by the way, the temperature, which you mentioned about temperature dropping, the temperature dropped from about 70. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to exaggerate, but somewhere around 40 or 45 degrees in a matter of like half an hour. No, it made for a good story though. At least I thought it was. It was a funny experience to us because it got downright cold, and when you're out camping in the summer, you don't expect it to get that cold. Anyway, anything else for the net before we move out?
Yeah, I was just going to say, we've been slowly gaining people here on 220.
Oh, absolutely. And we've had as many as 11, so we're cooking.
I think it's better with a gradual increase.
Oh yeah, no question about it. And you know, plus we have good numbers on all. You know, over time we get good responses all the way around. You know.
I guarantee you, we've got the biggest 220 net in the country.
Well, I guess you'd use the word arguably in that sentence.
Yes, and I put the word simplex in there also.
Well, yeah, it would have to be Simplex, but you know, I don't know what goes on in Los Angeles or San Francisco or you know really populated area, New York City. You know, where they might use 223 more often.
Well, you sure don't hear about it if they do.
No, I don't hear anything. I don't hear a darn thing. I do remember the nets. I don't know if there was more than one 220 repeater up there, but I do remember hearing them on there, and I talked to them because I was mobile with that tri-band radio that had 220, and they were kind of like they almost quit. Who the hell are you? You know, more or less. I said, okay. He said, well, there's a club repeater. Yeah. So
I think it's commendable that we've increased our membership on the 220 band as much as we have.
yeah, no, I think it is. I guess we're protecting the frequency because we're using it.
Okay, well, that's all I've got to say.
Very good. Anybody else got any final words before we jump out of here?
Final word.
All right, a good final word. Do you want to check in again, Greg?
Figured you had me down a couple times.
Michael, you want to check in again?
What's that, guy? I said, Paul, put extra stars down by your name. Early concept dimension. Welcome aboard. Be in for a while, right? Checking in again.
Oh, awesome. You know what you need to do is just slightly off frequency, and then we can count it again.
Didn't think about that, Paul. That's a good plan. All right, guys, I'm out of here. K4ILB. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, very good, everybody. K4PW. Thanks for joining in that. K4PW, I'm clear.
Did you hear what I said, Paul?
No, I don't think so.
I had stepped out of the room and came back into the room. So therefore, we were starting all over, and your brain will do that. There's something you can look it up. It's called the doorway effect.
Yeah, it's like when you walk into the kitchen, you forgot what you went in there for.
Absolutely, because our brain compartmentalizes and timestamp things because we're living in this third dimension. But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, it's the doorway effect. You look it up. It's hilarious.
Oh, it is hilarious because I've walked into the kitchen. I go, all right, what the hell did I come in here for? So I stand there a minute and look stupid since I'm usually the only one in the kitchen besides the dog. And then I go, huh. So I walk back into the living room and I go, oh, yeah, I was going to get a cup of coffee. I forgot.
The funny thing is, you'll walk right in and be standing in front of the coffee maker or in front of the proper or if you need to be getting a screwdriver done out of. You have no clue why you're there.
I know. Same thing with I open up the cupboard door and I go, okay, what was I going to get again?
Well, it's hard to be so bad at work. I printed out a little thing that says, doorway, beware doorway effect. And put it on my door before I went to the back area, and it worked.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sure. You do. You're right, though. You have to have workarounds for these human frailties, you know?
We compartmentalize the timestamp stuff.
Oh, I'm sure of that. If you haven't tried, we don't have to be on Rumble. You don't have to have an account. Have you been on Rumble at all?
I'm pro Rumble, but yeah.
Take a gander, especially at today, his episode, because he's fun to listen to because he's insightful. He's a bright guy, and that's Scott Adams, the guy who did the Dilbert cartoons that got kicked off all the newspapers in the world.
Yeah, you keep promoting him.
Well, I do because he's actually fun to listen to. I mean, he's actually got some great insights.
Scott Adams.
Yeah, Scott Adams, Adams. He's just listen to today's. I mean, you don't have to like him. I'm just saying that I find him interesting and thought provoking. And while I may disagree with him on things at times, obviously from time we all disagree with somebody time to time, but he's a pretty square guy and he's very rational, which is unusual. He's a lot of people on there get all bent out of shape on some of these web performances, but he's pretty straightforward.
I will check him out.
Yeah, he's fun. He's a lot of fun, really. In fact, he has a great. Did you see the Trump tweet of him doing his analysis of the last Republican debate? You know, it was a day or two ago.
No, but I don't use Twitter.
No, that's all right. It's better this way because he quoted something because he's not on Twitter apparently. He quoted something that Trump put on Truth, whatever that's called, truth.com or Truth, whatever it's called, on his own social media site, and then somebody copied it and reprinted it on Twitter or X, formerly known as Twitter. And Scott, of course, picked up on it, and he read it, and he was having a ball with what Trump said. He was actually giving high praise in some ways, and just an interesting, funny analysis of what Trump had to say. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
All right, very good. I'm going to go out of here. I'll catch you guys later. Good to have you all there. There's the dog. Here's the dog. Great. K4P. Sorry about that on the stream here. I'm going to jump out of here. I kept everybody out here. And, oh, there you go. Hold on. Says I got a slow connection. But hold on. I'm finishing anyway. Finish. I'm not finished. I'm actually of Eastern European descent. But I got to end them both here.